Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this is my reaction to Choose Your Legends Round 5. So, in my special podcast video, I was sure Erica was going to get first place, and I was sure that Martha was also going to get first place, and I was completely wrong. Those two got second place, and for Erica, I'm not really that I'm not really that upset about or disappointed. I'm not really upset or disappointed overall, but it is what it is. I was thoroughly surprised with Marianne though. I thought it was gonna be neck to neck between her and Violet for second place, but scrolling down, Violet ended up being third place with a vote with 25K votes, almost 26, and Marianne overpowered her almost about eight. That's about 8,000 votes, I think. I can't do math. My math is heavily estimated around it just to make it easier on my life. I want to say I was surprised with the gatekeeper getting first place for the male bracket, but I'm honestly really not surprised considering meme voters will go a lot for the vote for gatekeeper. I don't doubt about his popularity in the fan base, but I guess I can also say I'm a little disappointed with this year's Choose Your Legends, just because one, it is a once a year event that everyone looks forward to, and it is a popularity contest. Obviously it is a popularity contest. And so, but you look throughout Twitter, Reddit, and other websites, the forums, many people voted Gatekeeper for the memes. And there's already people going around saying, oh, these are botted votes for sure. And in a way, there's no real way to confirm or deny if there are still botted votes despite their attempt to prevent that by making you vote through your Nintendo account. There are people who are willing to go as far as making fake Nintendo accounts and getting onto Fire Emblem Heroes and submitting their votes for Gatekeeper. There are people legitimately like that, unfortunately. So it's really hard to say whether or not Gatekeeper is an actual popular NPC character that everyone likes. I personally love the Gatekeeper, but I just personally thought it would be better if they just pulled a George on him, if anything, because we got George as a free unit, and I was like, well, if they did the same thing, we could have gotten Gatekeeper as essentially a free unit. But again, I think there was other factors to even get to that position. And even then, there's always future Choose Your Legends. Yeah. But I get I'm just more or less disappointed. Especially because I am a fan of Marth, and I honestly was expecting him to get first place. And he didn't, and so he's second place. We will still get a Brave alt version of him. But the thing is, what people are pretty upset about is also the fact Marth has been a long-standing nomination for Choose Your Legends for years now, especially for the first place position, because only the units who won first place will get a personal skill, a preferential skill. And I don't want to say he got cheated out of that, but he lost. This is an opportunity lost on Marth, because as every Choose Your Legend goes, you cannot vote for the same unit as you did the year in the previous years. And so after this, you can't even vote for Martha again, and he just loses out on a preferential skill, essentially. Whether or not it would have been good, we don't know that until obviously later in the year, but it is just what it is. But either way, congratulations to the winners though. We got congratulations to Gatekeeper and Marianne. I knew Marianne was a popular choice just because everyone wanted her to be in the game, and everyone was actually very upset that she wasn't in the game already when you have already so many of the other 3 houses units. And my thoughts and opinions are that is, well, you have to understand that Fire Emblem Heroes, it has to cover the entire like fan base series. So I get in Three Houses is like the most recent bestseller game, and I think majority of the newer players are from like the Three Houses fan base. So it's like, okay, I get you want more Three Houses content, but please remember there are other players. Blah blah blah. It's just, it's just a very centric player kind of viewpoint of things, to be honest. And I get it. No, I get it. I totally get it. I like to have an open mind about things though, and I like to visit all point of views if I can in my videos. Um, I am biased in a lot of things, but I genuinely try to be objective when I talk about topics like this. Scrolling down, let's move on from the first and second place winners. So for the male bracket, I do like, there's poor Crom, third place. Oh, poor Crom. Yeah, he is in third place with about 35K votes, and just following up Crom was male Byleth at 12K votes. And I was actually surprised to see Felix in fifth place at 10K votes. And then you keep going down. I'm only just going to cover at least the top 20 on both sides. So I see male Robin here, and that's actually pretty surprising to see female Robin in the same place too on a female bracket. So these two are more or less popular, and everyone wants to see a brave vault of them as well. I see Hilda up there in the female bracket. I was actually really surprised to see Yuri in the top 20. Well, at least I'm surprised to see him at rather this high on the top 20, I should say. I was thinking maybe in the double digits, but here he is at sixth place, just right below Felix. I think Felix actually gained a lot of popularity after his his seasonal winter alt was released, especially as a Tempest trial unit. And then there's Dedue. I know Dedue is also a favorite, so they really wanted Dedue in the game. And I am under the belief he will be in the game at some point, because I guess the argument is like, we already have Hubert and Hilda, who are both retainers to their respective lords. Well, people like to argue about between Hilda and Lawrence, but canonically speaking, Hilda is the I should say pseudo retainer to Claude, because he doesn't really have a retainer person. People thought it was Lawrence was his retainer, but the thing between like the background between those two is that Lawrence was supposed to be the Golden Deer House leader of their class, but when Claude was announced to be the heir of the Regan family, Claude essentially kind of stole it from him in that sense. So that's why there's such a big rivalry between Lawrence and Claude, because Claude just came out of nowhere essentially and stole a position that was meant to be Lawrence. I say stole like very loosely. It wasn't really stealing. It's like the way it's just the system itself in Fola, blah blah blah. That's another just a topic I would talk about in another video. Blah blah blah. Anyways, moving on. Ash, my boy, I see him in 9th place. I honestly would expect him to see in the double digits. But Ash is also a very popular character. I see Azura here in the female bracket, and honestly, I'm like, wow, I'm really surprised she's still very popular. Personally, it's not that I'm not a fan of Azura, but she's not like my favorite, but it's not like I hate her. I don't hate her. And then I see Tharja here. And then here's our boy Seliph. I know Seliph is one of the characters people would love to see an alt with as well. There's female Byleth at third place. People really thought she was gonna get second place, but that didn't happen. I'm surprised to see Bernadetta following up in 4th place, just because I'm like, We already got a winter alt for her. But same thing with Felix. I think her popularity just shot up even. Like, she was already a fan favorite, but after the winter alt came out, she became more of a fan favorite, if that so to speak. I see female corn. I think female corn, either female corn or male corn. Honestly, female corn is the more popular of the two, surprisingly. I I would look into why, but overall, I'm really not sure what made her so popular over the male corn. It might be appearance wise. Maybe, I don't know. I've seen people like a unit for less, like, other than appearance, like, actually. Um, Hilda there, female Robin. I think that's just cool. Honestly, what I'm very surprised to see is Henriette in the top 10. Like, people must have really wanted her to be in the summoning pool, going as far to vote her into the Choose Your Legends. So that's kind of, I thought that was really surprising. And honestly, I was like, man, you have Henriette here. Where the heck is Gustav in the top 10? What the heck? He might be in the top 20. I'd have to see. But yeah, but thankfully we have the Valentine's banner coming in, so like we will get Henriette as a unit, and she will be a red mage from what I remember in watching the video. And I believe sometime today we will also be getting the the summoning banner video featuring the Valentine's units. Yeah. So let's go ahead and it's actually down here. Let's go ahead and move into the top 20, which is going to be under like 1 to 200, but I'm not going that far. I won't be going that far. Well, the thing with this is this tallies up like all everyone, and then it's not split into the male female. So I'll just go through it. So top 20 would probably be just the actually this is that's how long it's been since I looked at this in one page. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see Soren in the to be part of the top 20. I guess it's his his personality, because his personality is actually pretty relatable. He says some pretty savage things, and you play both games. Here's Anuet, there's Azura, Dorothea. I think her popularity kind of more or less shot up once her recent alt came up. And I know everyone's upset, like, oh, another seasonal alt, the heck, base alt win. And honestly, I'd be kind of curious to see what her base unit would be. Honestly, they would have to either make her a dancer or a mage. As her base appearance, but who knows? I see Rhea up here, and I see Itsuki and Chrom. It's pretty neat. Plumeria, Loot. So I'm just gonna I'm actually just gonna stop at the top 40. Ceros, so I see Ceros at the bottom here, and I'm surprised they don't. I'm not sure they would add Ceros and Rhea as the same unit. I don't think it says like which one you would consider. Oh wait, they do. Okay, so they do list which units would be go under the same name, because like I see female Enlighten, and then you just see female Byleth into the same thing. So they actually have Rhea and Sothis as separate units, which is pretty interesting. Katria. I was trying to see another example, but that's okay. Well, I'm just gonna leave it off as there. So that's pretty much the poll and the results of everything. And just looking at the votes, so Gatekeeper is just so surprising to me, I guess. Like I said, I'm like not surprised and also surprised, but more not surprised that this happened. And it also kind of sucks because you count up the votes, like his total votes is almost like the combined number of votes of Marianne and Erica in the female bracket. And if you combine both the votes for Crom and Marth, he's just a little bit. I think he's just a couple hundreds or 1,000 like shy of their votes combined together, and so you can kind of see like just at a glance of looking at the vote tally, it's like it is a bit of a skew there, and it kind of shows. But I believe he doesn't beat I don't think he beat the highest votes for a character in Faye, because I think that belongs to Edelgard. I think Edelgard held like the highest tally of votes in all of Choose Your Legends, because she was at 74K if I remember. And when you look back to the other two lords, they had a fair high number of votes. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my reaction to Choose Your Legends 5. My expectations for this year's Choose Your Legends. I don't think I have any expectations. The only thing I'm probably hoping for is like, I'm just curious about like their preferential skills for both the number one winners, as well as wondering what kind of units they will be. I think for sure Gatekeeper will be a lance unit, like an infantry lance unit, similar to Dimitri. Oh God. I forgot to silence my phone. That's okay. It's really hard to say who would be the sword unit of this year. It's honestly between Erica and Marth, and I think some people already speculate that Marth won't be a sword unit because he's always been a sword unit. Not always. We have Groom Marth, and he's an axe unit, but even then, I didn't know they would just return him to being a sword unit for like Choose Your Legends. But alternatively, you could probably switch him into a colorless unit of sorts. But even then, I think the more likely person to be colorless is actually Marianne, because she is a healer by nature, so she could be a potential staff user, colorless staff user. And so therefore that means like if you make Marth the sword unit, then Erica has to be the axe unit. But like I said, they could switch it up. They could make Erica the sword unit, and they could make Marth the axe unit. And we've seen Groom Marth as an axe unit, so it might work out like that. Because look at Ike. Ike is traditionally a sword user, but for the very first Choose Your Legends, he became an axe user for the legendary weapon Irvan, however you say it. And it still worked out. So yeah, like those are my speculations of what I think. I mean, they could do a whole like, I don't know, 180 kind of thing and just make one of these for an unexpected weapon type, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's doubtful, but like you never know. Like I've seen heroes do some crazy stuff, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I say a lot. I'm kind of I think it's because I just woke up. Anyways, that's all I got. So anyways, congratulations to the top two winners of Choose Your Legends, Gatekeeper and Marianne, and that's about it. I'm going to make another video later because I'm going to be doing a summoning video of the Mythic banner. I actually haven't decided on that. I probably record it and then I'll decide whether or not I want to upload it. If you don't see one, then I just decided against it. If I do, then you'll see it. All right, thanks for watching if you reached it all the way to the end. Bye.